Hey Floss Tube, it's me, Hannah the Okie Stitcher here with another Floss Tube update. Today is Sunday, the 7th of April, 2024. So, retraining update, there is no update. Paperwork has been with the off-base legal leadership for officially over 2 weeks now. And I don't know. Never been in this predicament before, so I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. And I've been relying heavily on my first shirt for advice on this because he's a senior master sergeant, so I feel like obviously he's got a lot more pull than I do as far as like asking people that I don't have access to. So I've been relying a lot on him to help me in the situation and keep my sanity. So there's that. Running, I haven't ran at all this week. Normally, as you guys know, I typically just run on Saturday, Sunday, but yesterday we had a impromptu celebration for my oldest daughter, so that was very exciting and it was well worth skipping my run. And but that's my train of thought. What was I saying? I hate when it happens when like I'm literally in the middle of something and I'm like, wait, what was I talking about? I was in the middle of a sentence. Come on, brain. Okay, so it was worth skipping my run for. Well, I'll just leave it at that. And then today I do plan on getting back on the train and running again. And I plan on trying my best to incorporate runs into my morning routine before I go to work. I don't know how successful I'm gonna be because in order to do it, I would have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, if not a little earlier than 3 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know. Waking up at, I don't know. That part doesn't sound like a good time to me. But weather-wise, it's still pretty chilly in the mornings, but it's not cold. So maybe we'll see. Anyway, that is it for life update. I do have a treasure for you. And so over the years, my kids' artwork, not all of it, but a lot of it has been misplaced or whatever, destroyed. So I found something when I was cleaning. My daughter did this a couple of years ago when she was in 5th grade. And isn't it cute? I think it's adorable. I found this frame in my stash and it kind of works. And then there's a heart above the whipped cream. You guys can't see it because it's like etched in. It's not actually like drawn on. So someday in my forever home, I would like a coffee area. It's not gonna be a coffee station or bar or anything because my husband and I are very plain people. We don't like the flavored creamers and the flavored syrups and all of that. We're just coffee people. And sometimes we do have the flavored coffee itself, but normally it's just plain coffee. So this is gonna go in our little coffee area whenever we get it done. So there's that. Now, I rated my frame area again and fully finished this piece. So this is the piece that I made for my booktube friend. The channel name is Lizzie Faye Loves Books. And once I get this in the mail, I'll circle back and tag her in this video, but I don't want to tag her until I get this in the mail because I want it to be kind of a surprise for her. I hope she likes it. But she's really big into Amish books and prairie books, like Little House on the Prairie books. Laura Ingalls Wilder, like she loves the Wilder family. So I felt like this was very fitting. So I hope she likes it. And this is her catchphrase. Read a good book and God bless. So, and if you want more detail, like the little quilt blocks and the little dolls down here are Cross-Eyed Cricket collection from 1984. And if you want more info, then you can go back. I don't know if I talked about it last week or the week before, but my videos aren't very long. You'll be able to find it. So there's that. Oh, so last Wednesday, I went to Hobby Lobby because I wanted to start some new small projects. And so I wanted to get the DMC for it, and I was able to get all the DMC. Well, I was looking for matting. Now, when I was a kid, many years ago, my mom was into photography, and so whenever we went to Hobby Lobby, there would be aisles of cut matting. Now, you got black and white. That's it, black and white. And you got like the standard sizes of like 5x7 to 4x6, and that's about it. I'm like, wow, this is really sad. And of course, you could go to like the actual frame people and have it specially cut, but like that's gonna cost you quite a bit more than a pre-cut mat. Anyway, that's just something that I've noticed. Okay, so my lunch stitching. Now I have a lot to show this week, so this is gonna be a little longer than my typical weekly update. So my lunch stitching. I've been working on the COVID Santas. I got the pattern off of Etsy many years ago, and I don't know why it's taken me so long to do it, because it's such a simple piece. I don't know. But I am doing two. I am doing one for each of my daughters because I want them to remember. You know, years from now, I want them to remember. So I do not have all the colors for these pieces. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do everything that I have for called for, and then everything else I'm gonna raid my stash again because, like I said earlier, I've gotten some more DMC since I kitted these up from stash, and I'm gonna see if I have some that are called for in my stash or that are close enough, because I mean, if it's close enough, then it's close enough. And I'm just getting to the point where, like, I'm more and more okay with subbing some stuff as long as it looks good. Like, I'm not gonna sub something just because I have it if it doesn't look good, you know? But my kids, you know, they're not cross-stitchers, so they're not gonna know the difference as long as it looks good, you know? Okay, so there's that. Now, I'll quickly show you my Little Mermaid piece. Now, I did quite a bit on this. You see Eric's face is starting to form. Almost all of Ariel's hair's in. And then I got a lot of the 310 around the boat down at the bottom done. So yeah, it's coming along nicely, but it's gonna go up for a while. I have decided this is gonna be kept for my like in between stitching, and it's just kept in this little box. It's gonna be kept as my in between stitching, or like when I'm not feeling the best and I need a very, very easy stitch, that's what I'm gonna go to. My Call the Midwife. Oh, so such a terrible floss tuber. Okay, so this is done on 14 count Aida. These are little squares that my grandma had in her stash. She had a pack of like 6 pre-cut, like ornament size Aida. And so I thought it was fitting to use them for my daughters. So there's that, and then this is DMC, like I said before, and I am doing 2 strands over 1 box, so 2 over 1. Okay. The Little Mermaid piece, oh, which? So this is what it's gonna look like. So when looking at the printed canvas, it can be really difficult to see the actual picture, but that's what it's gonna look like. So, but that is, the kit doesn't actually say what size canvas it is, but I think it's a 11 count because it's really big. So I am doing 3 strands over 1 box, so 3 over 1. And I'm doing the called for floss. It is definitely not DMC. It's very soft to the touch, but it frays easily. So, and it's staticky. Like, it picks up all the lint and stuff. But even still, I like how it's turning out. But I knew going into it, because I got it from newcraftday.com, and that's not like, you know, it's not I don't know, high quality company, you know, so you get what you pay for. But I am having a blast stitching it. I like how it's turning out, but I can see where other people may not like that. Okay, now my Call the Midwife stitch, okay? So as you guys know, I am only stitching this, like it was my lunch stitch. Now it's moved to just my Sunday evening stitching when I'm watching the season 13 as it airs, okay? So excuse the crinkles. I always forget to grab this, but this is what it's gonna look like. And this is where I'm at. So last week, what I did was I finished this middle row. Can't remember which side it was, but then I put in the established. Yeah, the established. And then all I got left is east, and then fill in the border. So and that's it. So I will probably get east in tonight, and then I'll probably start working on the border. And then we'll see. Okay, so I'm getting really excited about this one being almost done. This fabric is 25 count even weave Lugana that I got at Hobby Lobby. This floss is Weeks Dye Works Calypso, and I am doing that one strand over one box, so 1/1. And this needle minder is from Becky Got Crafts. It was a gift. So, yep, I am super excited. I'm excited for the show, and I'm excited for stitching on that. Okay, now, I can't remember what day it came in. It was Thursday? No, actually I can tell you. It was Wednesday. I got some fabric from Grace No Stitchers, okay? I got 3 of them. And I started 2 of the 3. The third one I am waiting because I want to make sure that I start it in the right area because it's multicolored. So this is 14 count Reyes. It's a fat quarter and it's on 14 count Ada. Now, this is probably not going to do it justice, but look at, oh, actually it's showing up pretty nice. Now in the picture it shows more gray, but in real life it's actually more of a bluey gray. Okay, but here is my start. It's a fawn butt. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but there's some snowflakes. So this is gonna be a stocking for my oldest daughter because with the moves, we don't always have a tree. We typically do, but sometimes we don't. But I always make sure that at least our stockings make it out, and our stockings are in rough condition. They're just cheap felt stockings. And so last Christmas I finally talked, because I've been wanting to make stockings for a few years now, but my my family was like, oh no, we like what we got. Well, last year, after I washed them, they're in rough condition, and it just got even rougher. And so my family was like, maybe it's time this year. I'm like, okay. So they all picked out their own patterns. My husband's, I still gotta get fabric for, so that one's gonna be quite a bit down the road. My daughter's stocking is my other daughter's stocking is the fabric that I need to talk to her about because it's multicolored. And so like one color is at the top and one color is at the bottom. And so I want to see like where she wants like her name and stuff. So with this one, this is for my oldest, and she picked it out, and it has 3 fawns with has like a white Christmas tree, and like it's more motif style, but as you can tell, the fawns are fairly good size. But I'm over halfway done with the first one, so it's stitching up really quick. I'm having a lot of fun doing it, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. So you'll see a lot of progress on that, because my goal is I would love to have them stitched by the end of the year. And then next year, I would like to focus on like the actual finishing of them, like cutting them out and sewing. If I can find someone to do it for me, I would not be upset. But I want to make sure that it's a good person that's done stockings before, because I don't want to put in all this work and then it not turn out so well, if you know what I mean. Okay. So, 14 count Aida, and I am doing 2 strands of DMC over 1 box, so 2 over 1. And I started that on Wednesday the 3rd because I had to start something. Now, I started this one on Friday the 5th because I wanted to take my time to put it in the right corner, because after looking at like getting on the 1, 2, 3 stitch like fabric calculator, I realized that it's actually not a big piece if you do it 1 over 1, which is what I'm doing. So I'm doing the Yellow Submarine by Blackbird Designs, and there has been several stitch alongs with this, and I've lost track of almost all of them. I know Stephanie at Cross Stitch the Globe, I've mentioned that channel a few times now, which the princess, the Little Mermaid one, I was doing the Princess Birthday SAL with Allison at Cross Stitch the Globe earlier this year, and when I remember, I still tag her on Instagram when I post the Little Mermaid. But anyway, so they're doing, or Stephanie's doing one. I can't remember exactly what the tag is, like Fab4. I don't know. I will tag it down below. And then Samantha at Kansas City Stitcher - Samantha. She is also doing it. I don't think she has a hashtag though. She is doing it with Slightly Bananas over on Instagram. So I am going to do my best to tag both of them, Cross Stitch the Globe, and the hashtag. We'll see. So this is what I'm doing now. Okay, I'm gonna do my whole little spiel on this, okay? When I was in early high school, the county that I was in, Tulsa County, 4-H. Okay, let me start over because that was choppy. So when I was a kid in 4-H in Tulsa County, Oklahoma, there was always this big talent show that 4-H kids from all over the county would participate in, and it was called Share the Fun. And then it went on, like, each district, if you won that county, you would go on to the district, and if you won the district, then you went on to the state. And it's a whole thing. So me and my friend, I'm just gonna say her first name because it's a fairly common first name, Katie. We participated 3 years in a row. We did Amazing Grace, This Land Is Your Land, because, you know, you gotta represent the Oklahoma songwriters out there, Woody Guthrie, and then we did Yellow Submarine. Well, Yellow Submarine was the last one that we did, and we went all out. My mom made us real pretty uniforms that looked exactly like Sergeant Pepper's tunic. Well, anyway, the band uniform. And my friend's dad, he was huge into the Beatles. Like, he was of the generation that saw the Beatles come over, experienced Beatlemania, you know, all of it. Like, he was a huge Beatles fan. Well, he had us watch the Yellow Submarine cartoon when he found out that we were doing the Yellow Submarine, and that was such a good cartoon. Like, of course, we had to give him a hard time because we were obnoxious little preteens, and we're like, oh, this is silly, this is weird. But it was actually a key moment in my life. So, and a core memory, as some people like to say. So I've seen a lot of people stitch this piece on the more neutral fabric, which is gorgeous, but I feel like the more neutral fabric is in more aligned with the song itself, which the story that Barb Adams, the designer of this stitch, she puts a little story in here, and I'm not going to read it to you, but her main memory of this song is seeing the Beatles perform it on the Ed Sullivan show back in the day. So that's her memory. Well, my memory is the cartoon, and it's very psychedelic, very bright colors, and it's good. So a lot of people don't even know about this cartoon, but you guys should definitely check it out. So I chose to go non-traditional with my colors, and I am doing this on 28 count Bell from Grace Knows Fabrics. It is also a fat quarter, so this is it. And grab my needle so I don't lose it. And this is my star so far. Oh. That's my star so far. So I'm starting at the top and then working my way over. And I am doing the called for gentle arts. And so I was originally gonna do something like the fabric. I was gonna do a very, very dramatic, very colorful piece. But then I actually had a coffee meetup with Jacinta over at Crafting on the Plains. And I showed her my idea, and she was like, so she's an attorney, and she got like her lawyer face on, and she was like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because I'm not sure. Now, those were not her exact words, but she was like, if that's what you want to do, really think about it. I'm like, okay. So medical world and legal world kind of have similar ways we word things when we're like, no, that's a terrible decision. But okay, if that's what you want to do, we'll support you. And so after that, I really did rethink it. And yeah, so purple was what I came up with, because most of the fabric that I saw people stitching on, it was either like a real soft blue or a real soft green. So, because they were going more for like an ocean look. And I felt like purple, it's muted enough to where it still goes with the theme, but it's dramatic enough to where it represents more of the cartoon, which is what I'm wanting. So yeah, isn't that cute? Oh man. So that is all my stitching. Okay, now. Uh-oh. I had a note and it got buried. One second. Okay. So I have someone to talk about today. His name is Don. His channel name is Captain Cross Stitch. And he has been stitching for over 25 years. That's impressive. That's very impressive. Now, some of the pieces that he is working on, or that he owns and is getting ready to work on, that I'm impressed with, is Joan Elliott. And I'm kicking myself because I didn't put the title of the piece, but it was a dragon. But it wasn't the classic dragon that I've seen everyone stitch. It was a different dragon. And like I said, I'm kicking myself. Or was it a wizard? There was a really, really pretty wizard that he was doing too. Anyway, just go watch his channel and you'll figure it out. He did a Owl for a Squirrel. I think he recently finished it. That one is so freaking adorable. It's so cute. I'm not a huge Owl Forest fan, but I do like watching other people stitch it because I do enjoy looking at it. I just don't know if I would stitch it. So I really enjoyed that. He's getting ready to start the Long Dog Templar, which out of all the long dogs, that's the one that I was thinking about doing too. It has like all of the knights and the mythical creatures, and the fabric and floss that he picked out for it is gonna look really good. So I can't wait for that one. And okay, so he saw these charts, and they're called Chart and Charm. And that's, I think they're dimension kits. And I think that it's kind of an older thing. So he's been looking a lot on like eBay and stuff to get these. And those are really cool to look at. So I can't wait for him to start stitching on those either. And something that's not Stitcher related that I think you would find interesting about him is that he is a published author. And I have not had a chance to read his book, but it is definitely high on my to be read list, my TBR. And yeah, that is everything on my list, but there is a lot more. So go check out his channel. I think he is on Floss Tube 8 or 9. I don't think he has a crazy amount, so it would be easy for you to catch up at this point. All right, well, that is all that I have for you today. I am gonna go clean and go for a run at some point today. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, well, TTFN, ta-ta for now.